Greetings, everyone. Today I'm back in Columbus, Georgia, revisiting the Lunchbox Museum that if you look on my channel a few years ago I posted a walkthrough of. Supposedly it's been remodeled and they've also added an RC Cola museum. So I plan to go in there and check everything out again and see how it's changed. See you guys inside. Upon entering, this place feels a lot like an old thrift store or a garage sale, like one of those big estate sales. You see all kinds of stuff that you haven't seen in a long time. Land Shark Lager. Very popular in Florida. You can also easily get the vibe that you're in a Hoarders episode here. It's a lot of clutter everywhere. If you like this kind of stuff, this is your place. If you're the type to feel claustrophobic when surrounded by a ton of random shit, then maybe you want to skip this part of the experience. More records. Chicago. More Chicago. We got Jermaine Jackson on sale. Ooh, this is old school right here. Wonder if that even works anymore. Stevie Wonder 8-track. Wow, I'd actually like to have this. This is pretty cool. Well, I don't remember the last time I saw so many 8-tracks in one place. This is again the Lunchbox Museum in Columbus, Georgia. I know we haven't seen any lunchboxes yet, but we're going to see some, I promise. We should see a lot of different vintage lunchboxes here. Really simple. Like an old keg with dispensers and everything on it. Really awesome. Some old musical instruments. Trumpet. This looks like a trombone. I used to play the trombone. Check that out. Old record player. So yeah, lots of really cool vintage stuff all over the place here. Wow, I wonder when that's from. Silvertone. We have a bunch of vintage cars back here as well, which is also an added bonus. This was not here last time I was here. Big old Texaco sign. Check these guys out. These are some nice rides. Really nice rides. 2008 Tesla Roadster set a world record for production electric vehicles for completing 313 miles on a single charge. That's awesome. This is a sweet Tesla. Coming into the back part, we have more vintage vehicles. This is a really nice museum. I highly recommend you guys check this place out. It's totally changed. Like I said, I was here years ago. There were no cars. They did have all the antiques all over the place, but all of this is new. Supposedly, like I said, there's an RC Cola area, according to what I saw outside, so we're gonna see some of that as well. Look at this guy, Ford. Kind of Ford. I don't know much about old cars, but I do know an old car when I see one. This one's really nice. Thunderbird. It's like an old RV camper here. Got some Mississippi tags. Oh, we can go inside. I am inside the camper now. This is really cool. I don't know what year this is from, but this is really nice. It's like a vintage RV. Now, of course, this doesn't look vintage right here, but they've added some stuff. Since been remodeled, but yeah, it's really nice. Check out the bathroom. Oh, there is no, you cannot check out the bathroom. We have been denied access to the bathroom. Anybody care for some tea?
Okay, so we've had the car collection, and my grandfather, who's 87 years old.
Is he the curator of the?
He is the curator.
I actually met him last time I was here.
All right.
And
When did you come in?
oh my God, it must have been now. I want to say it's like 4 years ago or so.
Okay.
But I also have his book.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
the
the one,
Lunchbox
yeah, the
book.
Lunchbox Museum. Yeah.
Nice.
So I actually have a fairly large collection of metal lunchboxes myself.
gosh.
Maybe 20 or no more than that. I probably have like 40 metal lunchboxes
Well, that's
to myself.
spectacular.
Um,
So we, hello, welcome in. Make yourself at home. Welcome in. So he turned 87 July 10th last year, and on that day we grand opened RC Cola, Chero Cola, and Knee High museums.
Yeah.
All made right here in Columbus, originally in 1905, and then the story just goes on from there, how Knee High and Chero Cola came along. And then we've got the Georgia Radio Museum and Hall of Fame with antique tube style radios, a little fun tribute to Elvis, and
is that all in here?
it's all under
Oh, it's
the
all
same
past
roof
those.
past the
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
curtains where the two fun museum goers are holding the curtains back over there.
Oh, that's great.
And then also there's the Tom Houston Peanut Museum, and that is to recognize Tom's Foods that started here back in 1925 and just closed the doors very recently. So many people here in Columbus that work really hard in these industrial staples, if you will, for Columbus. We have these museums to honor them. And then, of course, Grandpa Allen started the Lunchboxes over 30 years ago, and so we just built on from that.
Wow, that's
and then
awesome.
the cars are a part of that. We've got a 1953 Airstream down there.
Does that collection belong to just one person?
It's all Allen's collection.
Oh, really?
And once upon a time it was not a part of the museum. It was just his collection, and then we decided to open up the cars as part of the collection. We were going to do an electric car museum and got the 2008 Tesla Roadster and decided to just open up all the cars, not
Wow.
specify it to, or not to just limit it to electric cars, and just people have loved it.
Let me ask you about that camper that's back there.
Yeah.
What is that? When is that camper? Is it an older camper?
It's a
Is it-
1953 Airstream Bubble. There are about 3 of them that people even know to exist anymore.
Oh, wow.
And it's hitched to a 1955 Thunderbird.
Oh, yes, I saw that. But so it's been remodeled inside.
It's
is it?
been completely remodeled
Yeah.
and revamped, and I actually designed the stuff on the inside with the fun fabric and everything to try to go with the museum
Oh.
motif. But yeah, they've got a 1934 Ford Roadster up here, and a
Yeah, I
couple
went
of
through
other
the whole thing.
1934s. Yeah.
I was so impressed with the collection of cars that that is awesome. Now, what is the price of admission?
Okay, so admission is $10 per person. Military and seniors are $9 a person, and then students, any student, college, 4th grader, kindergartner, $7.50.
All
Now
right.
a kindergartner might be 6 and under. 6 and under are free.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm about to go and check everything. We are about to go in to all of the attractions that you actually come here for, which is the lunch boxes and everything else, as she mentioned. So here we go. Woo! Oh, wow. It looks very, very close to what it looked like when I was here before. Wow. I don't know if this brings back memories for you guys, but when I was like in kindergarten and 1st grade, I had a few of these. My first one was the Universal Monsters lunchbox, which I will try to find and specifically point out. And then I had a few of the Masters of the Universe He-Man lunchboxes, which I'm sure we're going to see here. Rambo. And the Bee Gees, G.I. Joe. I actually have this lunchbox, the Heathcliff one. I have a pretty big collection of metal lunchboxes. I would say I own about 50 of them. I've been buying them when I see them at shows at a good price. So behind the display cases, we have the more rare ones. The ones that are, you know, either low production or just old. Or some of these are in really good shape for how rare they are. And I know because, like I said, I have the book. I read the book, and I know a lot about this, probably more than I should, about metal lunchboxes. But I know a hell of a lot about them, so that's why I kind of see when I'm in here. For me, it's a real treat. Knight Rider. Sesame Street. I have a few Sesame Street lunchboxes too. Here's one of them. I actually still have this. I have a, of course I do, but I have a lot of these. But this is one of them, the ones I originally had going to kindergarten, first grade. I thought I was the biggest badass walking into class with this thing. So yeah, that's definitely one for me to remember. Some of the rarest lunchboxes in the United States. No lies detected. This is so true. Look at this stuff. This is a rare lunchbox, The World of Dr. Seuss. The Beatles. Toppy. That is a really, really difficult lunchbox to get a hold of if you guys look it up. All of this Toppy stuff is really, really sought after. It's like from the 50s. 1957, there's the date right there. Yes, I remember in the book that that was one of the more collectible. Excuse me there, partner. Wow, these are really old. 1957 Buccaneer, 1960 School Days, 1957 Red Barn. Wow. I'm telling you guys, this place is awesome. Look at that Lost in Space. Look at that art. The artwork on these things was phenomenal. Oh, there's the thermos that went with that lunchbox. I still haven't seen the Universal Monsters one, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. I know they have to have it here. They have everything here. Just gotta find it. The Angels. And Nanu Nanu, Mork and Mindy. Secret of the Nymph. Elliot. This is not vintage, Army of Darkness, but it is cool nonetheless. Not vintage though. School Crossing. Look at this cool tree that's just randomly in the middle here. You might have to poop. There's another Masters of the Universe lunchbox. This one is awesome. It has many faces on it, but it also has the Land Shark, which was also one of my favorite vehicles to play with. And Snake Mountain's back there too. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. I still think these lunchboxes were like ahead of their time, and they should bring them back. I think kids were knocking each other on the head with them, and that's why they stopped making metal lunchboxes, which is kind of ridiculous. Right before we go into the R.C. Cola Museum, you got a Mickey Mouse record player here. Also vintage. So here's the entrance where you go from the Lunchbox Museum into the R.C. Cola area. So let's check that out. Royal Crown Cola tastes best. Boys and girls get a bag of marbles with the purchase of 1 carton of Royal Crown Cola. Well, that's how you sell soda to children, boys and girls. Oh, check that out. Arabic. That's awesome. Here's another Royal Crown Cola sign. And here is Tom Huston's Peanut Museum. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Tom's. I can't say I've ever had this. Back to the Future, 1995. Nice little bench here. A few more things here from Tom's. And all aboard the Super Tom's Express. Now this dude is chilling with some Tom's Peanuts, some RC Cola. He is done for the day. Seems to be really enjoying his tasty Crown Cola. This will let you know the temperature. Thanks to Royal Crown Cola once again. So I'm about to enter the Georgia Radio Museum and Hall of Fame. This is something I had no idea was here. But check this out. All of this stuff is original. There's nothing repro in here. I mean, wow. Guys, you really should check this place out. It's definitely worth the hike out here. If you're anywhere in Georgia, I'd make the trip out here. I mean, it doesn't even matter what you're into. You'll find something. Wow. Check these out. No idea what year most of these are from. But they're old. Older than I am. That's for sure. And I'm getting up there. I kind of remember these. Like these 80s, these used to go with like those 80s decks, the rest of the stereo system. That I kind of remember. But this stuff here is like from the age of the dinosaurs. Because maybe like in an old TV show or something, like even in Twilight Zone and all those old shows I watch, some of these things are like long gone already. So this is old. Either that or they didn't use them. It's the Wall of Fame. And all the inductees, check these out. Those old home stereo systems. Kind of like the ones in A Christmas Story. You guys ever seen that? Ralphie's always running to it. Trying to listen to the radio shows before his big disappointment in the bathroom. Elvis. Bunch of gold records up there too. I'm sure if you come here, you will appreciate something here. It's just a lot of stuff to take in a short amount of time. It all hits you pretty quick. You walk in from one room to the other and you're just in another time period. This is a very patriotic radio. And once again, we have the richest mouse on the planet. These old radios are behind a display case, so I'm guessing they're either rarer, not necessarily older, but maybe they're just rarer since you can't put your hands on them. Maybe they work or something. A bunch of calendars from all the different museums, like the Churro Museum, and we have some RC Cola stuff. More Churro Cola. She looks really happy to be enjoying her beverage. More promo stuff for RC Cola. Here's a nice little bench. Looks like it folds out with a table and everything. Also looks to be old. It's plastic. Some RC Cola calendars. 1973. Look at that. 1973. 1974. 75. 77. January 77. I can find my birthday because I have a February birthday. I was born on a Wednesday. 1939. Wow. This really is an amazing collection of just vintage stuff. I mean, look at this from the 50s, 53. And so colorful and such good shapes, though. I am surprised that these things have held up like this. They must have been stored in like very low light for years, because these things will fade away with those inks that were used back then. Look at this, 47, 46, 45, 44. All RC Cola too, which is awesome. Look at that. Little RC Cola RC Roadster. I think they did that on purpose. The RC Roadster. Clever. A Diet RC telephone. I remember having something similar, but obviously not RC, where when you pick up the phone, the little thing to hang it up is on the bottom, so like just putting the weight on it hangs it up, and when you pick it up, it picks up the line. And then I believe there's numbers under it. I had something similar. I think it was a Coca-Cola one or something like that. and it was the most uncomfortable thing to use that I've ever had. And it also sounded like crap. So that was my take on that. Alright, so now I'm walking back out to the actual Lunchbox Museum one more time. See if I can find anything else in here that I missed. Like I said, there's an in-depth video of this place on my channel already. Just, it was about a few years ago that I was here, and I made a video. And it looks pretty similar to the way it did back then. At least the Lunchbox thing. The other stuff wasn't here yet. Kung Fu, David Carradine. That's actually pretty cool. 100 bucks. $100 price tag. It's not in very good shape though. I actually have that one. I have that one. I will do a video on my Lunchbox collection, I guess, one day. Probably something nice to talk about. How I acquired some of them. Check this out. So this Lunchbox, I was actually looking at a Lunchbox, like the Lunchbox that goes to this, on eBay the other day, because I really want to get it. Because lately I've been skateboarding again a lot, and I kind of want to get this just to have it in my collection. So this is the thermos that goes with it. This Lunchbox is not easy to find, and the thermos isn't that easy to find either. I don't think this is for sale. But I don't even have the Lunchbox yet, and I want to get that. Something else I want to show you, which is not in great shape. You can see he's missing his face there. He got his face peeled off. But is the Planet of the Apes thermos. This Lunchbox and thermos are also pretty damn pricey. I remember when I was picking up a bunch of Lunchboxes, I was contacting people, and the people who didn't know what they had were the ones you wanted to deal with, because the ones that did, you were going to part with lots of your green friends if you wanted to grab some of that stuff. I have located the skateboarder Lunchbox. It's not in great shape, but it's just cool to see it in person. I've only actually seen it on eBay, so the first time I see it, it was probably here the last time I was here, but I probably didn't pay attention to it. Anyway, this is pretty awesome. Check that out. From the Z-Boys days. I'll definitely be picking one of these up for my collection. I just want to get one that's in a lot better shape than this. These things used to get really rusty inside. Let's see what the inside of this one looks like. I have located the Planet of the Apes Lunchbox. So check this out. The artwork on these things was amazing. Look at that. I would have no problem rocking this today to work if I could. So that's that. Here we go. It's just really good artwork. Look at that. Really good artwork. Even Pele got a Lunchbox back in the day. Here's a skateboarder thermos again. This one's actually in better shape. Didn't even know this one was here. Yeah, there's a lot of duplicate stuff. There's a random Thundercats thermos right here. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. Mr. Merlin, I remember these. Wow, I have the actual Lunchbox for that one. Hong Kong Fooey. These lunch trays I had a bunch of. I had a Dukes of Hazzard one, which is actually my other video on YouTube. If you go there, you'll see one hanging on the wall. Dukes of Hazzard, that was mine. Don't know if it's here now. But anyway, these trays were pretty popular back in the day. Check out these record players too. Superheroes. Don't know if these would play real records. Smurfs. Let's Dance. Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. E.T. Oh, the Shirt Tails. I don't know how many of you remember that. Let me see if I can get that one because the glare is kind of killing it. All right, there. It's right there. Yeah. Let me see. The glare is killing the shot. There we go. You can see it a little better there. Shirt Tails. And there's the Dukes of Hazzard tray that I was talking about. Probably still in the same place it was before. But yeah, they have a lot of trays up there on top of the fact there's a ton of vintage lunchboxes here. Check this out. This is pretty sweet. Superman. That's pretty awesome right there. Rainbow Bright up there. More of the rarer lunchboxes over here. Del Monte, which is known for the tomato soup, or tomato cans, tomato paste, all kinds of that. Anything has to do with tomatoes. Some Japanese lunchboxes. Got a Howdy Doody rocking chair up there. Disco ball. Random disco ball. Just in case you feel like getting in the groove while you're in here. The Sheriff of Cactus Canyon. And here is a vintage RC Cola vending machine. The Lunchbox Museum and Royal Crown Cola Museum. This is the address right here in Columbus, Georgia.